What's going to make you better is progressive training over time, where you identify clear goals marked out in time increments, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 5 years, and build those short-term goals into a program of long-term goals. Making sure that the training program changes over time, so that as your skill level rises, the challenges you face in the gym become higher and higher. Don't kill them at the start with challenges that are too hard for them to deal with. They get discouraged and leave. Build them slowly over time, but make sure they don't just get left in a swamp where they're just doing the same thing they were doing 3 years ago and they get bored. And there's two ways you can leave in a gym. You can leave from adversity, it was too tough, or you can leave from boredom. Everyone talks about the first. No one talks about the second. Most people, when they get to black belt, they get bored. They know what their game is. They know what they're good at. They know what they're not good at. When they compete, they stick with what they're good at. And they avoid what they're not good at.
Yeah.
And they get bored. They reach a plateau, and that's it. My whole thing is to make sure it's not so tough at the start that they leave because of adversity, and then for the rest of their career to make sure it's not boring so they leave because of boredom.
For those who don't know, that is John Danaher, one of the most premier and elite coaches in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. He's also coached in mixed martial arts, gi, no gi, tons of instructionals on jiu-jitsu. The reason that I played that at the beginning of this video, and shout out to John Danaher, shout out to Lex Friedman, who I took this little probably 1 minute from, but I've been studying a lot over the past week or so and listening to some podcasts with John Danaher, and you're like, okay, this is about martial arts. Like, that video is about martial arts. This video is about jiu-jitsu. What in the world does that have to do with tech? Everything in the world. That mindset that he shared can be broadened out to anything that we do. A lot of times we do not have the right skill set to do what it is that we're trying to do. And it is so easy that we can go and jump into a course, watch a video, follow things step by step by step by step, and we really don't know what we're learning. So we just have a bunch of information, a bunch of knowledge, a bunch of things that we've tried, a bunch of stuff in our GitHub. It becomes a total mess. We have no structure. We have no plans. We have no goals. And before even listening to this podcast, this is how I structured my coaching program for skill development, mindset development with the people that I coach in tech, right? Where we set our long-term goals and we set our short-term goals that's going to allow us to reach and conquer our long-term goals with trackable, smart goals, the wins and losses. So the way that you need to work to accomplish your goals in tech is the same. It has to be as rigorous as if you're trying to win some type of competition, some type of championship. The work ethic. When you look at these basketball players like LeBron James, Stephen Curry, all these players, they spend a relentless amount of time perfecting their craft, shooting, like in the gym. How many shots do you think a player like Stephen Curry takes? You can't even count, right? Now compare that to our careers. How much are we working to get the skill that we need? And a lot of times when we're trying to transition to a career field, we're like, all right, let me just go and take this class. Let me just follow. Let me go through the step-by-step process. I'm just gonna follow what this course is telling me. And they said, oh, if you take this Python course, we're going to have you create like 20 projects so that you can build your portfolio. And guess what? Absolutely nobody is going to care about your 20 Python project portfolio, because guess what? It adds no value. You have the other hundreds of thousands of people who took the same course, having the same exact thing, showing the same exact stuff. Nobody cares. At the end of the day, these companies, they want to know, how do you add value? How do you develop yourself? How do you train yourself? How are you building your skills? And that's why what John Danaher is talking about, one of the things he focuses on the most is skill acquisition. And if you remember from the movie Taken, I have acquired a very specific set of skills. And it's pretty much telling people their life is going to be hell on earth, right? So my question to you is, how are you acquiring your skills? What is your development? And how are you making sure that you stand out against your competition? Who is your competition? Anybody who wants what you have, anybody who wants what you want, they're your competition. How are you separating yourself? How are you defeating them? If you are not looking at the job market as the career field, whatever it is that you're into, and let's not even talk about government jobs because we see how those are going, right? But if you are not developing yourself, your skills, so that you are better than everyone else, that if you had to go head to head, one on one with a somebody who's in, let's put it like this, right? If they were to change how job interviews go, where you are paired, they make it competitive. What if, all right, let's think about it like this. What if job interviews where they bring in 16 of the top candidates for a job, right? So let's say they have a test, the 16 qualify, and they say, all right, we're going to go head to head competitions for you to land this job, where you're going to be paired with this person, that person, that person, that person. And now they work their way down into, now we have the finals. And whoever wins this, they get a job, they get the salary of who knows, like, a very competitive salary. How do you think people are going to be approaching it at this point? And the reason I give this example is because regardless of that, if that's how companies hire or not, that is how you should be approaching the whole job searching market. And then after you land that job, you need to consistently train yourself in the gym. And the gym is whatever it is. If you're on your computer learning new skills, doing challenges, whatever it is, building applications so that you can continue growing, add value, all of that stuff, that is what you need to do. Because the job market, that is your livelihood. The same way you see these, I'll give you, like, from the podcast I was listening to, John Danaher, for competition, he will have his athletes training 3 times per day, 6 to 7 days per week to get ready for competition. And from all sorts of very challenging, competitive trainings, like building up their skill set, seeing what they're weak at, having them focused on that very, very rigorously. And this is what they do. But what is it that you do? How are you preparing yourself? How are you training yourself? How are you acquiring your skills so that you can be in the position that, like, all right, I am the best at this, and bring it. We right here. We're not, like, it wasn't that the DMX song? We're not going anywhere. I'm right here. I am the best. I have no fear. And if you defeat me this time, great. I'm going to come back even harder. But I think that's the problem, because we take jobs, we take our careers as, oh, I'm in it and I'm good. And I think that is the wrong approach. We have to put in the work. It is not only during our work hours that we need to be learning and developing. We need to also be honing our skills, honing our craft, because guess what? If you look at these NBA players, they're getting paid for 82 games, right? But showing up to practice every day, going to the gym, that is all a part of it. It is not about, like, they're not getting paid for how much for their personal training time, how many extra shots they put up, the practice time with the team. I mean, it's a requirement, but they're getting paid per the game that they're playing. That is their contract, right? So the extra work that you put in for your self-development is what really, really matters. That is what's going to separate you. And I think that we need to be focusing on acquiring a very, very special set of skills that makes us deadly at whatever it is that we're doing. Whether we are doing QA, whether we're doing DevOps, whether we're doing software engineering, whether they're doing agentic engineering, whatever it is, we need to continually acquire a set of skills. When ChatGPT 5.6 drops, we look into that. When Fable drops, we look into that. When Mythos drops, we look into that. When Gemini Flash models, the new ones drop, we look into that. the image models, whatever it is that you do, you need to be a constant master, because oh, I'm going to take a year off. You're done for. The same way we have these athletes, these MMA people, the jiu-jitsu people, judo, whatever, like FIFA is going on, soccer people, they are these well-tuned, fine-tuned machines. We have to have that same competitive mindset, that same in the gym mindset for our crafts, so that we are the best, we are not left behind. So what I urge you to do, go out there and acquire a very, very special set of skills that you continuously grow and hone and have it to be your own, something that you're going to be very, very proud of. Because if you don't, someone is going to come behind you and they're going to snatch it from you. So like I said earlier, take your position, or the position that you want, and make it very, very competitive. Train it as it is a sport. And guess what? You probably get paid very, very lucratively for the work that you do. Treat it as such. Treat your job as you are an NBA player, a MMA fighter, a jiu-jitsu practitioner, whatever it is, because guess what? What you have, someone else wants. And if you do not protect it, they will take it. If you do not protect it, they will take it. One more time. If you do not protect it, they will take it. So my message to you, develop your skills. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What is it that you do? What are you into? Do you practice any martial arts? Do you see your skill development? What is your day-to-day job? Are you growing your skills? And if so, tell me how. If not, why not? And do you plan to? Drop me a comment below. Do me a favor on the way out. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live, and drop new content as well. Go to techcoachralph.dev. Join us for Vibe Code and so we could have these type of conversations. Join us for our conference to see what the Tech Marines are working on. Get access to resume flow, Tech Marines coaching portal, and the Speed Pricing app. Join us on the Discord over at techcoachralph.dev. But until next time, Tech Coach Ralph, we are out.
Ain't no days off. The way isn't training. You don't bleed in practice, you die in the field. Look. Swinging the wood till my knuckles are bleeding. I don't need rest, it's the combat I'm needing. 10,000 hours, I'm locked in the zone. Carving my spirit right down to the bone. Stepping my radius, watch how I serve on. Swinging this blade like I do this forever.